English seems to like the ing form. We use it for gerunds, smoking is bad for you, for adjectives, the ride was terrifying, and verb tenses, he's working hard. But are there any verbs that never take the ing form? Today we're going to look at just that question. I'm Jo Gakonga from elttraining.com. Welcome to the 5th episode in my series on Grammar Quirks. Continuous tenses are the ones that are formed with the verb be and the present participle ing. We can have the present continuous, he's waiting, the past continuous, he was waiting, perfect forms, I've been waiting, but we always have the be verb as a tense marker and the present participle, the ing of the verb. It's really common in English. But some verbs don't seem to want to do this very easily. Listen to these two sentences. Which one sounds more natural? I've known her for years. I've been knowing her for years. You probably said that the first one would be the more usual choice. So why? Well, in English we have two types of verb, stative or state verbs and dynamic verbs. Dynamic verbs are action verbs, things we do, run, jump, sleep, cook. These ones can take the ing form, no problem. Stative or state verbs, on the other hand, don't like the ing so much. I'm not saying they never take it, but they don't seem so happy about it. They're a bit of a ragbag, but they include verbs of sense, like smell and hear. We don't usually say this flower's smelling nice, for example. Verbs of love, such as love and adore and hate. Verbs of cognition, like know and understand, and verbs of belonging, like own and belong. None of these really sit comfortably with the continuous tenses. Now, some verbs have two meanings, a stative meaning and a dynamic meaning. Let's take think, for example. So think can be a dynamic process. I'm thinking about dinner. But it can also be a verb of cognition. It can be about my opinion. I think that English is complicated. We wouldn't usually use ing for this. I'm thinking that English is complicated. Not really. Can you think of other verbs like this that have two meanings? If you look back at the stative verbs I just mentioned before, you'll probably find that there are a couple in there that look a bit like this. So we teach our learners that stative verbs don't normally take the ing. Of course, though, it's not that simple. And it's never a good idea, never, to use the word never about grammar. It's much safer to say usually. So, for example, I've said that verbs of loving don't usually take the ing form, and they don't. But what about this very famous example? The very reason it's a good adverb is that it sticks in your mind because it's unusual. So we can bend the rules for effect. And I think this is true for most stative verbs. I can think of a context where I might use them in the continuous form. For example, smell, where it means this. I'd usually say it smells good, but I might emphasise the temporary current nature of this. Wow, you're smelling good today, I might say to my partner. There are a couple, though, that I really struggle to see in a continuous way, and those are own and belong, those ones of belonging. So I'd like to leave you with a puzzle. Can you think of a natural context where we'd use these two verbs in the continuous form? I'm belonging, I'm owning it. If you can, then feel free to contact me and let me know. I'd be really interested. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, you could check out my other videos at elttraining.com. I hope to see you on my website. Thanks very much. Bye bye.